we got to talk about this Young Thug thing. Um, First thing I want to say is I don't think Rich Homie had anything to do with bro being freed or anything like that. A lot of people are trying to say that they substituted Homie for Thugger. I don't think so. I don't. Um, Enough about that. Let's get to the video. Shout out to Truth Is, and the video is titled "The Real Reason Young Thug is Free." Let's get it.
At the beginning of this year, it was looking horrible for the rapper Young Thug. He was facing several charges related to a state Rico indictment that happened back in 2022. Since 2022, Thug has been in custody with his trial starting in November 2023, just about a year ago. This trial was labeled one of the longest running trials in court history. At a certain point, it was pretty clear that they had a lot of evidence against Thug that made him serving years in prison look imminent. But to the shock of many, Young Thug found a way to walk free from prison. Somehow, he avoided spending the rest of his life in prison. But how exactly did he do it? Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the prosecution presented enough evidence that made Young Thug guilty. Somehow, even though Thug agreed to a plea deal where he admitted he was guilty of these crimes, he still managed to walk out of the jail a free man. Right now, the media is reporting that Thug took a plea deal and was given a commuted 40-year sentence by the judge, which would have required the rapper to serve 5 years in prison, but the sentence was adjusted to account for time previously served. He was also given 15 years of probation, along with a backloaded 20 years, a sentence that would be served in custody if Young Thug does not complete his probation. His probation rules are, he would be subjected to random drug tests and searches of his property and self for criminal street gang paraphernalia. He also won't be permitted to travel to the metro Atlanta area for the next 10 years, with the exception of family funerals, graduations, weddings, or medical emergencies. He's also not allowed to rap about gang activities or hang around gang members for the next 15 years. If for whatever reason he breaks his probation, he would be forced to serve 20 years in prison. After accepting the terms of this deal, he was allowed to walk free. And this went on to shock so many people, as most people were thinking that Thug would never get out of jail. At the last minute, he gets the deal of the century, where even though he pleads guilty admitting to being a dangerous gang leader, he was still set free. In my opinion, none of this made any sense. Young Thug was facing serious charges that was pretty much proven in court. How did he go from facing 120 years to walking out the jail free with probation? A man that the prosecution was dead set on putting away for years. Well, I'll tell you exactly how he got out of this. If you have been watching me since 2022, when I covered this initial arrest, you already know exactly why Young Thug is free. Young Thug told us himself years ago exactly why he beats all of his cases. Let me play a short clip from my old video from 2022 where I predicted exactly what ended up happening. I believe that Young Thug being a Mason will most definitely benefit him when it comes to this situation. Masons always look out for other Masons. There's a lot of powerful people in law that are there because they're a Freemason. The fact that Young Thug is a Mason, it wouldn't be surprising to me if he just gets all his charges thrown away, or maybe he takes a plea deal with a very light sentence.
Take this time to like the video, y'all.
Back in May 2022, I stated that Young Thug would either have his charges dropped or he would get some sort of plea deal with a light sentence. Now you may be asking, how did I know this was going to happen? I'm not a fortune teller and I didn't see the future. I know this because of my investigation into Freemasonry. Freemasons always look out for other Masons. And like I proved over 2 years ago now, Young Thug is a Freemason. This is something he actually admits himself openly. He actually stated out of his own mouth that he is a Mason and he beats all of his cases in this old clip.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases. I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
In this clip, you can clearly hear Young Thug confess his Masonic alliance, admitting that he is a Mason that beats all his cases. I have In this music video with Lil Uzi Vert, we can find every Masonic symbol you can think of. He has the owl, which is a symbol used by Masons to represent wisdom. He also depicts the one eye symbolism, which represents the Eye of Horus, another prominent Masonic symbol. He also shows the checkerboard floor, one of the main symbols used by Masons to represent duality. He also shows the pentagram and other occult symbols in this video. On top of this, it was revealed in court that when one of Young Thug's co-defendants were arrested, they were in the middle of a ritual sacrifice, performing an occult ritual by sacrificing a goat.
Tonight, a bizarre update in the YSL trial involving Atlanta rapper Young Thug. His attorneys filed a motion claiming that his co-defendant, Shannon Stillwell, was arrested, quote, while in the midst of a religious ceremony which involved supposed to sacrifice of goats. Stillwell faces several charges, including this new motion was filed to exclude this evidence from the trial.
A bizarre request from Young Thug's defense amidst the rapper's ongoing jury selection, petitioning the court to exclude evidence of a ritualistic sacrifice in his Rico trial.
The theory behind killing animals is you're draining their energy.
Defense team says showing evidence of this alleged goat sacrifice has no, quote, benefit or probative value and could create prejudice in jurors.
As you heard for yourself, Young Thug's co-defendant was literally performing an occult ritual while he was getting arrested. This is not surprising because members of his crew are literally in the photo with Thug inside of the Masonic Lodge. Not only is Young Thug a Freemason, but so are the members of his crew. This is 100% proof that Young Thug took the Masonic oath. And the reason he was released was because of these Masonic connections. And honestly, I believe this entire arrest wasn't at all what it seems. While he didn't beat this case per se, he resolved it to the point where he got his freedom. Beginning. This case was a massive mess since day one. Thug was released on Halloween by coincidence. This was all planned in advance.
Oh, wow. I didn't even...
Halloween is a pagan holiday that many occultists celebrate. They use this day for ritual magic. All of this was one big ritual. Just think about it. While us non-Masons have to follow all the rules and pay the consequences if we don't, Freemason members don't, especially those that are important to the order. Young Thug is a superstar who influences millions of people with his music. Music that he uses to push the Masonic agenda. Now you may be asking, how does Thug being a Mason helps him get out of prison? Well, Masons literally take an oath that they must help their fellow Masonic brothers whenever they can. If you didn't know by now, most powerful lawyers and judges are members of the Freemasons. That's how so many high-powered people always avoid jail no matter...
We're going to end it right there. I had to let bro cook on this one because I hadn't been covering this case. I don't know, it's just hard when you personally know these people. But, yeah. It is what it is, y'all. Y'all seen the symbolism. It's that deep. Now to correlate that with Halloween, ooh-wee, that's nasty work. Nasty work. But what's so crazy is, you guys, the part we really have to pay attention to starts now. Yeah. You got to pay attention to the people around him. And also, yeah, I'm going to just leave that right there. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Go shout out the Truth Is channel. That's my guy. I really mess with, bro. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.